All right, what is technical analysis? Analysis is looking at historical data and coming up with conclusions of probabilities. Not what you were expecting, was it? Technical analysis is math, but it's visualized on your chart with funny looking lines and shapes. Now, people think a lot of things about technical analysis. They think it's gambling. They think, it just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. And the truth is, you're right. It doesn't work for most people, but that's because they're not actually using technical analysis, or they're not using any form of analysis while trading. They gamble. The reality is 99% of people won't be here in 5 years about trading. The reality is 90% of people will lose 90% of their money that they put in a brokerage account in the first 90 days. The reality is most people won't stick around in this business. So with that in mind, what is technical analysis? It's using historical price data to help predict potential future movement. Potential. No one's saying anything about being 100% accurate because it's not, right? It's an overview. People use trend lines and support resistance and RSIs and MACDs and all sorts of stuff. But it's about probabilities, not guarantees. And so what does that actually look like? This is a bunch of random noise I put on my chart. These are some EMA bands, there's white lines, these, sort of forward-looking lines are VWAP levels. This one in the middle here is an RSI. This one down here is a MACD. We'll talk later about specifically how to look at these, in a further video when we talk about what is a trading plan and what are indicators, right? But it gives you an idea. The fact that we see that this faster moving line is overall up and this slower moving line is below it, and that we see that our RSI and our MACD is climbing, maybe that means that there's good entries here. Maybe it doesn't. But it's about probabilities. And technical analysis, ultimately, what it's trying to do, this is very important, is give you a consistent, objective view on the market. That's what indicators are about, and that's what technical analysis is about. Because if you know that 60% of the time the market will do something based off of a particular pattern which you saw, whether it's objectively identified like I prefer through an indicator, or whether it's a line drawn on a chart like here, this is a level, and I know when it hits these levels that I define, we're going to bounce, sure. But no matter how it's done, it's the probability of something happening and taking advantage. That is technical analysis.